What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people of the Crasher community? How are you guys doing today? We're back with another video to discuss Nintendo, and this time it has to do with the attack on emulation. Now, Nintendo has quite a spotty history with their fans as is, and they are also quite notorious when it comes to their draconian ways of protecting their IP. Now, I get wanting to protect your IP, and you have every single right to do so. However, there's also a lot of nuances here that also don't make Nintendo look good when they release their ninjas to attack anything or anyone they deem a threat to their IP. I've covered some instances of that in the past. Said videos will be linked down below. The reason why this video exists has to do with Nintendo recently filing a DMCA notice against Valve and the development team of Dolphin. As highlighted here from Dexerto, Dolphin is an open source emulator for the Nintendo GameCube and Wii for Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS X, and Android devices. For years, fans of the service have patiently waited for Dolphin Emulator to receive a Steam port. To make a long story very short, this here isn't about trying to be pirates and steal from Nintendo and make money off of their IP. This emulation service would have allowed gamers to play their older favorite games from past systems. Keep in mind, a core reason why emulation exists in the first place is because of trying to preserve older games that Nintendo won't or hasn't yet re-released with updated playability. If Nintendo did that, then there would be more pull behind their DMCA actions because then they'd be losing money. But because Nintendo is quite notorious when it comes to going against preservation of gaming content, be it through emulation or music from classic games, it makes things quite more difficult to side with Nintendo on here. If Nintendo gave their fans the access to the classic games that you can't get anymore from the old and outdated consoles, then emulation wouldn't be as big of an issue, I feel. Now let's go to Twitter to check out a few other standouts here. So we have ourselves Ian tweeting out, "It's not that the emulator is illegal, it is that Dolphin will be forced to engage in a tumultuous legal battle that will likely cost millions upon millions. That's what will likely stop this. I think a lot of people forget that this is less about legality, but the price." We have Yakumono tweeting out, quoting the DMCA, "The Dolphin emulator operates by incorporating these cryptographic keys without Nintendo's authorization and decrypting the ROMs at or immediately before runtime. This is objectively true. I just checked. The Wii common key is in the emulator source code." Now, the reason I wanted to highlight these is that it brings up other nuanced aspects here, such as how, regardless of legality, if this went to court, no doubt loads upon loads of money would be spent and lost. Considering how titanic Nintendo is, they could easily be able to keep the proceedings going in court until the other party, aka Dolphin, would run dry of their funds and have no means of being able to continue in court. The other thing here is that it's mentioned that Dolphin uses keys, which is where things do get dicey for them. Now, I'm going to link you to a video made by RGT85, who can better explain that part better than I ever could, as I don't have as good of knowledge about that as he does. Now, another big part of this video actually revolves around Nintendo responding to all of this, and the notion of them responding in the first place kind of shocks me, but they communicated, which is far more than what I can say about Niantic and their lack of communication. So, good job on that one, Nintendo. They respond here with the following statement. "Nintendo is committed to protecting the hard work and creativity of video game engineers and developers. This emulator illegally circumvents Nintendo's protection measures and runs illegal copies of games. Using illegal emulators or illegal copies of games harms development and ultimately stifles innovation. Nintendo respects the intellectual property rights of other companies and in turn expects others to do the same." Now, the reason I have issue with this is how they worded themselves here with how emulation harms development and stifles innovation. How does wanting to preserve old and already developed games harm development, especially in the context of future development of games and other products? I don't know how that is even logical since we are talking about already released games. How does this harm development? That doesn't even make any sense. And how it stifles innovation also doesn't make any sense. It's one of those really weird statements that manages to make Nintendo's response actually not all that great. Nintendo needs to listen to their fans and give us official Nintendo-endorsed ways to replay classic games we can't get anymore. If they did that, then I guarantee issues would be minimized. Nintendo also better recognize that without their fans, they'd be nothing. But hey, what do I know? I only spent the last 30 years of my life growing up on Nintendo games, but I guess that means nothing, I guess. Nintendo continues to lower the bar and show their gross colors towards their fans. It's a damn shame too, but it's not all that surprising given their history and overall how companies that are too big to fail will act regardless. But that's it here for the video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will see you next time.